This meeting is being recorded.
Hello everyone, Jorge here with League Cloud Canada. Happy Sunday, June 9, 2024. And today we have a special topic and a special guest today, Jason from the DAO, and myself too, which I recently became an ambassador. Okay, why did I become an ambassador of the DAO, right? Or what is a DAO? What is Web3? Our topic today will be from the very basics to introducing ourselves and how the future of work has changed. Okay, so what is a DAO, right? What is Web3? So Web3 is basically a new technology that has been there for a while, and it's basically changing everything that we do. And a lot of people haven't even noticed that we have not just one internet, we have many different internets. For example, I'm pretty sure you hear about the Solana network. Well, the Solana network is a blockchain and it has an ecosystem on top. An ecosystem of gaming, applications for financing, and anything you can think of is already there. The Ethereum network is separate too. The Bitcoin network, which I'm pretty sure you're familiar with cryptocurrency and the Bitcoin network, right? And there is many different internets, and every internet, some internets or blockchains, they just want to do gaming. Some others just want to do financial transactions. And some of them, they just do a little bit of everything, depending on the capabilities of the network. So behind cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, there's a technology called blockchain. And when this blockchain, right, which is the network, and there's many different blockchains, people throw smart contracts. What is a smart contract? It's just a computer program, a way it runs on the blockchain. Really simple. Blockchain, right, the network, and then we have the smart contract, which is the application, okay? So what's happening now with the DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations? These DAOs are basically smart contracts, applications, and there's actually a million templates now you can copy and paste because everything on Web 3.0 is open source. It means that anyone can see it, anyone can participate, anyone can be part of something. Doesn't matter location, passport, color, religions. You could be part of something today without putting so many efforts. You could be learning top technology without being a programmer. Doesn't matter of your background, or professional background, or whatever you do, you could be part of this. What do we do with the DAOs, right? Or decentralized autonomous organizations? You create communities, you create companies, you find people to do business with. And what's the advantage of this, of Web3? It's decentralized. There's no a boss, there's no a government there, there's no basically an entity trying to basically break what you're trying to do. Of course, there is people who's trying to do different kind of businesses. Let's say that I want to start a business with Jason for his estate over there. Well, maybe the local entity, just because I'm not American or he's not Canadian, he doesn't, probably cannot do the business for what we're trying to do with him because it gets complicated. So what we do now, since I became an ambassador now, I would love to help. How can we actually help the DAOs to be a legal entity or framework for whatever needs you have or people have? So we're going to help to streamline the process of how can we regulate these companies or communities. Jason has been working on this for about 3 or 4 years. And basically what I'm doing in here is a piggyback because I'm a blockchain engineer and cyber and engineering in general. And honestly, I didn't have time to learn this. So I found Jason and for me was a perfect match. And now I'm learning top tools, the top tools on Web3, which you never hear of, to collaborate together on the blockchain. And why people love the blockchain? Because the transaction is a stamp of the network, right? And also the smart contract is almost impossible to hack. I'm not going to say that Alexa up. I'm not going to say that it never happens, right? The technology was still new, but now once you combine these smart contracts and the blockchain, people is loving the way it works. So for the last few years, I've been asking myself, how come this Web3 is growing so fast? Well, people started using tools to collaborate much, much better. And some of the tools that I'm going to show you today, I'm going to start sharing my screen over here. I'm going to start with the first tool, which is called DWorks. So DWorks, what is DWorks? It's a platform, right, on Web3. Means that there is blockchain in the background, and there is the DAOs, which are smart contracts, right? There's already templates, so people just like, I want to start a DAO. Don't need coding skills. Don't need to be scared. If you're a project manager, bring your work over here. Create a DAO, and then I'll show you, but I will share a document too for you to review after. The truth is that there is millions of DAOs here. It's a lot. You see some people have like almost 6,000 people here in this DAO, 3,000, almost 3,400 here. And these people, what they do, oh, I came up with this idea to build a park with our money, or to build an investment for EV cars or chargers or anything. And they collaborate, they said, okay, we're gonna find streamline this investment together. And they do it through the blockchain. And usually people use stablecoins. Most of the time they use stablecoins. Okay, if you're not sure what the stablecoins are just basically USD dollar. It's a cryptocurrency backed by the USD. So the risk of going up and down, nothing to do with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes up and down, if the USD dollar is solid, that stablecoin is solid too. Okay. So yes, Web3, it got so like people develop so fast in here. Why? Because there's no more restrictions. If I want to hire a driver in India, in Bangladesh, in Africa, I was able to do it through here. Why? Because most people in here, they create reputation. That reputation is a stamp. That person finished the job, he got paid. Or that person took the job, okay, he got paid. So this is how people is collaborating. A lot of people is familiar with Notion, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people use it. It's almost the same thing. The only thing is that these new platforms that work on the Web3. And the good thing about it is if you start using this now, and this is already, I would say this is the present and the future. It's already happening. You can see all these people in here working on it. So I created my company is called Cloud Canada, and I created my own board in here, right? So in this board, I have already a bunch of people who are helping me in different things, different projects, and I got other companies. One of the companies I'm working on is with Cloud Underground. So I think he's here today, Sensei Neil. And then here I can basically assign jobs that I'm working on. People can take it, people can collaborate, and I can make things too. This is just one platform. The other ones that I'm going to show you about, they do different things. So let's open this document over here. Here. So basically, the one that I was showing you right now is called D-Work. Okay. What D-Work is specialized is what is the best of D-Work? Well, it's good for tax management and earning crypto, right? What are our chambers? That's good for project management and collaboration. What's good DAO for the Coconut Network? Community-driven projects. What's good on the Unlock protocol? Memberships and subscription. All these tools in here that for the Unlock protocol, Coconut Network, chambers, D-Work are Web3 tools for collaboration, sharing, project management, and community memberships and all that. And why it's good? Because blockchain brings to you life transparency, fairness for the people, for anyone to collaborate and work together without having to doubt, if someone is lying or not, because it's time for them, right? So all these platforms are decentralized. It means that there is no government in here involved. There is no internet service provider involved. And there is people who actually build a reputation. They take jobs for free without actually doing the work, which is different than Upwork and Fiverr and all these freelance sites. These people go there and yeah, they have 5 stars, but I do have experience with people who have 5 stars. They didn't deliver what I tell them to do. In here, well, the person will have to do a better job before, the person who managed the bank, because you're gonna have like a small bank, right? A treasurer somewhere in these platforms. And then that treasurer, you will need someone who will be the treasury manager, right? Or you're gonna need someone who is the community manager, or you're gonna need someone who is the project manager, right? So now you will have a lot of different positions and jobs that actually myself as an engineer, which I took people to do engineering job, I'm doing this job. I'm doing the job of putting the people together, the community, the task management, the payments, and all that, because I don't have anyone else, right? And I ask other people, is anyone who can help me with this? No. So this is the opportunity for you to trend in something new, because this is already the present and the future of work, and you have the opportunity to start right here on the top, right? Don't need to go to school. You don't need programming. You don't need to have any special technical skills aside from saying, okay, new careers, what do I need to know? Okay, for what I'm trying to teach you here, It's more like for people who does exactly what you see here. People who have something to do with communities, project management, task management, all that. But for me as an engineer, also it's making my life easier. This is the reason I joined the Tuna DAO, because I'm learning how I can manage my developers and make them payments and track the work that they're doing on Web3 platforms instead of using the regular tools that you know or we use, right? I would like to emphasize that these kind of tools and businesses it's for everybody. Sorry. It's for everybody. It doesn't matter where you're from, what color, what religion. This is top-notch technology that you can embrace today. Okay, these platforms in here. So Jason found a way to integrate the Unlock protocol, the Coconut Network DAO, the Chambers, the work, and some more tools. So we also use Telegram, we use Discord, and these tools also integrate with APIs to these tools. And all of them, most of them are open source. You don't have to pay anything to join to the work. I don't have to pay anything to join to the Unlock protocol, unless I'm making a specific feature or something that I'm trying to do, right? And most of the time, what you need is a digital wallet, right? Or a Discord account, and inclusive sometimes your email, right? So we spoke about Web3 technologies, which is basically blockchain technology in the background. It's not just cryptocurrency, because the moment people think about cryptocurrency, they think, oh, it's a scam. Well, cryptocurrency is one thing, blockchain is another thing. And this is what people don't see. There is systems being built behind, right in your face, but you don't see it, right? There is jobs that are basically going away, right? And you cannot wait until you get no job. So you could embrace these technologies and be part of, wow, this is awesome. And this is how Web3 grew so fast, because it took all the paperwork and all the hassle that we go through, right, to do work. Max tranquilo. Sorry. Max, sorry. Looks like he needs some playtime. So it took all those hassle of trying to put people together to work. It doesn't exist here. Do you like the job? You think you can do it? Take it. I'll give it to you. Let me know if you can finish. They didn't deliver a job, don't get paid. So, yeah, for me, finding Jason and teaching about these tools and how they integrate and everything else with having to pay big licenses. Like, let's say I want to start working with Microsoft Teams, right? Which I really don't like Microsoft Teams for many reasons. Right? Well, we have to pay for licensing, and then I get a new member, I gotta get licensing for him. And the new one, what about if I have 100 people? Right now I have 54 developers. Imagine that I have to pay, I don't know, $15 and $20 for every member that it may work or may not work, right? Max, over here, buddy. So it may work or may not work, so that would be a waste of money and probably time too, right? In here, with these platforms, or you take it or don't take it, or you know the job or you know the job, right? And your reputation will fix itself, or you're good or you're not good. So what else can we say here? Let me check my plan for the evening here. So we talked about Web3, DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, why I joined the Tuna DAO, because it helps me to do my work, and I would love to help with any regulations that Canada is facing in regards to blockchain technologies. I want to step up and say, I'm going to go to the right entity to basically help how this company could be 100% a legal entity, regardless of that person living in another country, or us maybe trying to build something that we know how to do it, we know what we need to do, but bringing this business from a digital space on blockchains to our local registry, for some staff, it could be challenging. But that's what we are here for, to help with these problems, right? To let people to work together. Why some companies or entities don't let us to work together when it actually brings a lot of benefits? Most of the projects that you see in here, they all have a good use case. They're just trying to build good things, they're trying to invest, they're trying to make their life better. Okay. We spoke about the different platforms and the careers that you can have, right? You could be a community manager, the treasure manager, the project manager in here. The truth is that I'm in need of people too, and now I became an ambassador for the Tuna DAO because all the knowledge that Jason has in here and the tools that he's showing me and how it's actually helping me to do my work with my developers, and also I'm starting other projects with different communities for different things. Maybe creating different all kinds of businesses, like anything you can think of. And people choose where do they want to participate, just how I show you in on the work. So the work is the first one. The second one is the Unlock protocol, this website right here. Basically, we write that it is good for membership, subscriptions, and all that, right? We also have the Kokoro protocol, this Kokoro network. Basically, as you can see, built by the people. Most of the time, everything in Web3 is built by the people or for the people. Of course, there's people who build their own system for them to have people to use their systems and get paid, you know. But most of the time, all these projects are made by the people and with the people. And most of the time, everything is open source on Web3. Anyone can see the code. There is nothing hidden. There is no transactions that are suspicious, like, oh, like this person paid or didn't pay. This kind of problems only exist on blockchain. Remember, it is transparency. It is fairness, right? And now everything you do on Web 2.0, which is the current internet, is moving away here. And when I look back, and I've been 20 years in my career, and I noticed when Bitcoin came out and all that, why I tell myself why it took me so long to get on board, right, with these technologies. Another tool that I want to talk about, we show the Coconut network, we did the Unlock project. Oh, Chambers. So Chambers, you can see here, is good for project management. So I'm gonna open Chambers over here. Chambers. So you can take a small sneak peek of what it is, right? I'm going to share, whoever reached out to me, right? I have a PDF I'm going to share, and I guess we don't have it. NATO is here, okay? So I guess I'm going to give the mic to Jason first for him to do the introduction about all the projects he's working on with different investment in different communities, buying cars and green energy and all this with other people's, and at the same time, he's helping and going to the local authorities, basically making 100% legal something that was created on the Web3. He's bringing it back to life in the real world, right? And then after that, we have NATO really, which is someone that I know for the last 5 years. He has his own company in development, engineering in general, the software development lifecycle. He focuses in building sandboxes and much more. A business person who's going to bring a lot into my personal life and business too, since we know each other for a while. And again, Jason, go ahead.
First of all, Jorge, thank you for hosting the Zoom tonight, and absolutely excited to have you on board as a founding member and founding ambassador with Duna DAO. And Duna is important because it's the second legal wrapper that Wyoming, who was the first state here in the United States to put forward the DAO LLC back in 2021. And this is their latest iteration, which is provides a unique opportunity for us because we really want to help people navigate, since it's an it stands for Decentralized Unincorporated Nonprofit Association. And the opportunity with it being an unincorporated aspect is you don't actually have to pay a fee with the Secretary of the state there in Wyoming to put a legal wrapper in place. And with the legislation as exists here in 2024, I believe that it's really important for people that are organizing community members to embrace the legislation that provides to provide some protections for the participants that are participating within your online community. And as Jorge mentioned, Duna is just one of the projects in a larger DAO ecosystem that we're building. And I'm not going to spend really any time talking about that because I can talk literally about that ad nauseum for quite a while. But one of the use cases that I'm really envisioning for Duna within our DAO ecosystem is surrounding the tokenization of real world assets, where we can create cooperative owned electric vehicles, distributed energy resources like solar, battery storage, and EV charging, and then real estate. Because from what I understand, only 8% of the global population owns real estate, and the opportunity through fractionalization to make it lower the barriers of entry. And then there's been a lot of legacy surrounding owning land here in the United States, and the opportunity to really put power through like a Web3 and on-chain enabled community land trust vehicle is something that we're really excited about. So really wanting to utilize that Duna for the tokenization of real world assets within our own ecosystem. And one of the things I'm really excited about with Duna is that this also provides a vehicle where us that are maybe a little bit more on the bleeding edge as far as tech adoption can really experiment and because all of this stuff, we're still really early as far as from the adoption curve with blockchain, Web3, DAOs. And I really envision that DAOs can be the future of work, and the opportunity to really iterate here at Duna and figure out what's working and not working, and then just bring some of the thought leaders together in the space to and I'm a huge proponent of best practices, find, implement, and refine. And that's one of the things. And I absolutely love the culture that we're creating here. Felg culture, fun, earning, learning, and giving. And that's one of the things that, to me, if I'm not having fun, I'm blessed with where I'm at in life. I've got other things that I would rather do that are having fun, and hanging out with cool people like Jorge and Amy and NATO on the Zoom tonight, when we could absolutely be doing other things or watching TV or binging Netflix. This to me is where I would rather be spending my time. So again, thank you, Jorge, for hosting this, and looking forward to continuing to contribute. And I'll throw a link in the Zoom for a Let Us Meet here. This is one of the tools that we're going to be exploring to build a solid foundation. It's called hatsprotocol.xyz. And when you think about like how that work gets done in organizations, it's through a roles mechanism. And think about wearing a different hat. And that's exactly what Hats Protocol does, is it allows the on-chain creation of various roles, whether it's like content creation or doing social media posts, or one of the opportunities that exist in a decentralized organization is to be a multi-sig signer on a safe. And that's one of the things that we'll be creating here in the coming weeks as we continue to onboard some members and working on building up a small treasury with onboarding member fees, and then the opportunity to participate in hackathons and other things like that. And that's something that we'll continue to have conversations around. So anyway, and also I'll throw in a link to I've scheduled, and we've got 3 more pre-launch conversations here in June. We're going to make take it to a vote here towards the end of June, as the Duna Act goes into effect on July 1st, and we'll make a decision on whether we still want to be in pre-launch or if we want to change that up. So and that's one of the other ways that we love using on-chain technology, is to use voting and really provide and give the people the opportunity, our founding members and founding ambassadors, the opportunity to vote in the direction that we're continuing to head in. Back to you, Jorge.
Excellent. Thank you very much. That was a great feedback from you and your experience and everything else that you're doing. Actually, I just found my microphone. It was over there. So hopefully audio will be better. Well, I'm going to give the mic to my friend NATO. NATO, feel free to introduce yourself and everything else. And you know what, NATO, I think this is you too. This is something that you will love to do too in the future. And go ahead.
Hey, yeah, so I'm NATO, and I'm just here to learn. I'm mostly so my background, I started building infrastructure to basically have infrastructure that builds itself with fewer steps. And so that's how I ended up meeting Jorge because we decided we were going to build a cloud and build new technologies. And so then years later, fast forward, and now we just build new technologies. And so we basically just built tools for making it faster to build new technologies and to make it easier to collaborate with other engineers. So one of the goals that I had was, because I work with like enterprise clients and whatnot, so I wanted to build something for environments where people might have, say, 500 or even like 1,000 developers, and they're all trying to maybe accomplish the same outcomes or work on this toward the same goals together. So that's one of the big ones that I've been working towards. So then something like this, as things grow, I like to help meet demand for bringing in more people and making it easier to bring in more people. And it's one of those things of like with more people, and then you get more ideas, and more ideas you get more options and more opportunities.
That's right. Thank you, Neil. That's how it works. So, and we know that it's really hard for us as developers to basically accomplish work when you can have a system that actually works for you. So for us, myself now having 54 developers in my community and now putting everything in these tools, Web3 tools for management and creating tasks and assignment and memberships and streamline. For example, if I have a system that will do affiliate marketing for people who create traffic, right? I can set all these up using these tools that Jason is basically teaching us. So I recently became an ambassador of these DAOs technologies with Jason. And we hope that in the future, we're going to have a lot of founders and then ambassadors. You could be a founder only, and you could have an ambassadors. What do you get from this? You get the community, which is the most important thing. Community is people who's trying to innovate, people who's trying to basically do great things. It doesn't matter what it is or where you're from, or it could be anything from fixing a windows to cleaning the park to fixing the church. It doesn't matter. But people gather in these systems on Web3 because it uses blockchain technologies. And also, we know that blockchain technologies is to be transparent and to be fair. And this is why we have so many companies now using decentralized autonomous organizations, which are basically smart contracts. And these smart contracts, they're all different, right? Some of them are basically for governance. Some of them are for voting. Some of them are for creating new businesses. They all have different features, but the concept is almost the same. Community driven for anything you can think of, right? And this is how Web3 is growing so fast, because at the moment you got any kind of job, anyone can take it. Anyone build a reputation on a blockchain, and you cannot delete that. That's basically the people being the people, and I love that. That's what blockchain is doing for me in my life. And since the moment I discovered it as an engineer last year in January, when I was digging into how blockchain works, I say, why we didn't have this for a long time? Well, it had been there for a long time, right? Since 2013, I think 9 companies, especially 9 banks across the globe, they got together and started developing a lot more. And also the open source community, which nowadays many blockchains, which are many internets with their own ecosystems, right? And you choose what network or blockchain you want to use. You choose what DAO or decentralized autonomous organization you want to use. You choose in what projects you want to work on. You choose in what technologies or markets you want to work. You're going to find people that have the same interests as you. And in these days, now I'm almost 37 years old. And to be honest, I was never a Discord guy until I met NATO. And I noticed that if you are not on Telegram, you're not using Telegram, you're not using Discord, you're not using these Web3 tools, well, you're missing out on the future, because now Telegram, people do trading on Telegram. And again, that's nothing, we don't do that in here. I do trading on my own, but this is not the main topic in here. This is about community. This is about growing together. This is about doing investments together. This is about fixing things together. This is about helping each other and helping others. So there is no restriction for you to join us. There is no restriction for you to learn, right? We are doing these webinars, doing the knowledge transfer to you guys, and not charge or anything. We just want more people to come and build with us, right? If you're a dreamer, you prefer to use I prefer to use my time this way. Like Jason is working on so many interesting projects that had nothing to do with coding. He just maybe wants to pick up all the batteries. So he wants to maybe buy trucks to dump the garbage somewhere else. It could be anything you can think of. killing the flies or anything. And I love that because you find people who have the same interest and you are like, oh, that's a great idea. Well, we don't have the money. What about if we find a bunch of investors? I'll tell you this example that I have, this thought that I have last week. I was thinking, what about if I find 100 developers, right? Because I'm having issues with some developers that want to be paid up front. I said, well, you do the work. I mean, the customer hasn't put anything. We have to show off the project or the use case so we can try to sell it. So I say, what about if I find 100 developers and these 100 developers, they all want to pitch in $500 between all of them. And they build this community, okay? Why are they paying $500? It could be any amount, right? They want to build a treasure, right? And they can do whatever they want with that treasure. Build anything they want, but also shows commitment that they want to participate in anything we want to develop. So they commit to it, they put money on the project, right? And then they deliver the job. And when the job is done, let's say sometimes a simple smart contract, it could be $50,000. What about if we develop 50 smart contracts and that become $1 million? Well, the 100 developers, they deliver all those smart contracts. They make $1 million. Now between all of them, they will split that job that they committed to deliver. Because you will not pay $500 to join a community that you will not do work. If you read the document and the steps or the requirements to join the DAO, is because, oh, this is people who actually wants to work. These people just like Jorge, people like Nato, they're committed. They're willing to deliver anything to do with tech, AI, cybersecurity, or blockchain. And then people say, I like this. I've been looking to do more aside from my full-time job, working for someone else where sometimes I don't have any fun. And I prefer to develop with these people, right? That's just a clear example, but it could be for anything, right? From buying glasses to anything. And this is what I like, that it doesn't matter, you could be in Europe, Africa, Asia, South America, you can join, you could be part of this. There is no restrictions, right? And you decide in what network you want to work on, you decide what community you want to work on. And again, this is the future of work. Of course, I just opened a new community in Venezuela for blockchain to help people with the adoption. Imagine that over there, now everyone have a MetaMask wallet or a Soulflare wallet or a Phantom wallet. And we know that Venezuela have a lot of inflation issues, cash become crazy, and now it's basically everything is dollarized over there. So if people are using, let's say, blockchain technologies and some cryptocurrency in there, and let's call it stable coins, because I like the stable coins because they're backed by the USD dollar. And that problem having cash is gone. So people now can, let's say, if I had 10 friends and they live in Europe, Canada, US, and they want to start a new business in Venezuela, all they need to do is to have some people over there to say, listen, I'm going to give you $700 to start a bakery company, right? And they send it through the blockchain and a wallet. People negotiate over there. They teach other people to use the wallet. This is how you get paid. So your job now is to help that everyone have a wallet so everyone can do peer-to-peer transactions. How awesome will be this for a country like Venezuela, right? And not just that. Now I'm bringing work to them because I'm telling them, listen, I'm going to show you something that no one is teaching you about, okay? This is Web3, top tech technology, right? Now you're here in a country that have a lot of troubles, but now your technology, your brain, you're going to be up to date with how people work these days, right? Now, if you're not a programmer, what about if I make you the Telegram community manager or the Discord community manager, or I make you the project manager of whatever project in these platforms that we show you today, the work, Coconut Network, Unlock Protocol, Chambers, right? And you just use those tools and integrate those tools, the 4 or 5 tools with each other, with Discord, Telegram, and everything is automated. You didn't have to spend time in licensing. You didn't have to doubt the system because everything that you're doing is going through the blockchain. Doesn't matter where you are, right? It's something that you cannot lie. So, and then you are like a top innovator. You could become an influencer talking about this, just like I'm doing without even knowing. Because now people will say, wow, that looks interesting. I'm using Web3 technologies and everything is on blockchain. Is it transparent and fair? That's awesome. And learning what smart contracts are. And I don't need to code. I don't need to get so fancy with all the technical encryption part. Yeah, this is what we're trying to tell you. And the good thing is, like, now you have Jason, you have me, you can become an ambassador, come and learn, engage other, and maybe I'll be making business with you. Maybe I will start my own DAO with Jason to for any use case that we want, maybe between all of us, who knows? The truth is that in the end, we just want to do good to others and to ourselves. Maybe your goal is to be better financially, or your goal is to fix your surrounding with people, to put people together. Because sometimes there is things that happen where they say that people don't want that, but it's not actually the people who have the voice sometimes, or the data that came from is not actually true. But if people click with their code and their wallet, there is no way that Jorge say he says no. He says yes. You cannot delete that in the system, in the voting system. And this is the wonderful things that Web3 brings to people. Decentralization, it brings freedom, it brings opportunities, it doesn't have barriers of color, religion, or anything you can think of. Go participate, come and learn. Now in Venezuela, I'm pretty sure that in the next few weeks, not months, I would say in the next few months, I'm gonna have like 1,000 people, which is super easy. Everyone have, they're trying to get ahead, they're trying to learn new things over there because things are hard. So now once they learn about this, the community is gonna grow. And from there, not my ideas, they live there. So they will come out with their own ideas of what they want to do, what DAOs they want to build together, right? So it's me who is doing now the knowledge transfer to them for them to innovate and fix themselves over there if they want to. So that's what I have to say for today. Anyone else? We have Edgar Bree, Cecilia. How are you? Is anything else you want to say? She's in the entrepreneurs group. I met her through the group that NATO created. Looks like probably she's not there, but all good. What else can I say? Let me see what else, if I have something else to show you. We talk about the word, Web3, DAOs, basic concepts, the Duna DAO, all right? So if anyone out there likes the concept of what Jason and I are working on, and the opportunity for you to be a leader, an entrepreneur, an innovator in top tech, in something that most people will not talk to you about, and not just that, you have a community. You have the people to engage, so you're not alone anymore, whatever you're trying to do, okay? So I encourage you to come and join us for exciting adventures and projects that we want to be working on. And the most important thing is with the people, everybody. So I'll give the last thought or word to anyone who wants to say something. Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Okay, I think that I did attach a PDF document on the chat. Make sure you get that. Reach out to us if you have any questions. And thank you very much for participating. Have a good night.